We are in week 2 of the Shymalan-iverse, and of course, after we've talked about the wonderful outing of Unbreakable, a little mixed feelings on that, but we have another take 2, so to say, as we will be covering a more recent outing for the Shymalan-iverse, so recent that it happened a mere 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah. With M. Night Shyamalan's film Split.
Almost to the day.
Oh my god, Trey, you're not supposed to talk during this part.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
So here we go. We are talking about Split. But will this movie split us? In terms of opinion, we'll find out on a very 24 different identities edition of the review. Review. Hello, dear. One of my identities is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Welcome to the review. Show where two small town dudes give your big split opinions. I'm Troy to the max extreme, and Troy to the max extreme, and Troy to the max extreme, and Troy to the max less extreme.
Oh my gosh.
And Troy to the
That's
most
the one with
extreme.
Oh, I'm the beast.
Damn it. Today, we are jumping back into that Shymalan-iverse, going over Split.
Yeah. Very few people know that we are in the same body.
That's true.
We're the same person.
Right.
We just are really good at throwing our voice
Yep.
to our different personality.
You betcha. It's a talent that us as one single body have.
Yeah. Just imagine the person that is us
That's
sitting
right.
alone
Right.
in a room
Right.
just talking to himself.
It's really unimaginable.
Yeah. Even when it sounds like we're talking over each other, we're just really good at throwing our voice
It's
back
just,
and forth.
It's
See,
like
you hear what we did there?
It's just our beast trying to emerge.
Yeah. We're beasting pretty hard right now, bro.
That's right. We're beasting to the max. JT.
I'm rocking a beast right now.
I'm beasting.
I'm super beasting.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll beast at our review. Coming up at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
But before we dive into some more M. Night, why don't we
Yeah.
dive into something that happened?
What happened during the M Day?
I hope this whole show was full of shit puns. JT, we like to drink on this show.
Yeah. Occasionally.
Like, what our best of 2018, where I think all of us had 9 beers or something
God.
like that.
I'm
Jesus
surprised we were even able
Christ.
to talk about Buster Scruggs at the end there. I was surprised it was coherent.
No kidding.
Like, it was just like, oh, this fucking guy on a horse.
We got this Buster Flug guy, and he was fun. Regardless, Natty Light.
Yeah.
You'll know that as the cheaper version of Natural. the light version of that. It's another Anheuser-Busch joint.
Yeah.
It's like the bottom shelf of. You'll find there.
Yeah.
30-pack for $9.
$2. $2.
Yeah. But they are doing something special for the kids, JT. Now hear me out.
Please.
Kids being 21 and older.
Oh, gotcha.
But they are giving away $10 million in the next 10 years to help with student debt relief
Good.
for college students. And that really surprised me. Now, Anheuser-Busch has been doing it for like the last few years anyway, but because student debt is such a problem that there's about like more than $1 trillion in debt
Yeah.
for the people out there with loans, they are helping to the cause and donating $10 million to help 70 people a year pay off their student loans.
Well, good.
Yes. If you want to know more about that, if you are burdened by the student loans, go to naturallight.com/rules.com. Is there 2 .coms in that? Just Google it then, because I think I might have fucked up this address. But for all the rules and regulations, Natural Light, probably /rules.com.
Every time Troy tries to do something nice, he fucks it up.
Fuck me. So anyway, I might even check that out. I don't even have that much left in student loans, but I don't want to pay them. So
There you go. Perfect.
that's perfect for me. So I'll check that shit out. Moving on, JT,
Yeah?
to some YouTube news.
YouTubeness.
Now, we do have our show uploaded onto YouTube. You can find our channel there at The Review.
You can be one of the 5 people that listens to a show.
I'm going to be honest, not a lot of people listen to our show on YouTube. Just doesn't, it's not the platform.
It's fine.
And it doesn't hurt our feelings.
No, you don't have to.
You don't, really.
You can go there. Maybe leave a comment. Tell us how much we suck.
Sure, we'll get alerted.
We'll probably talk about it on here.
Of course we will.
Of course.
We love feedback.
We love it.
Well, YouTube is giving some feedback to people who are putting videos of dangerous pranks and challenges up on their site.
Stop it.
Pretty much. They're banning them completely.
Oh.
So these new like Bird Box challenges or the Tide Pod challenges will not be on their platform.
Oh my goodness.
It
sounds uncharacteristically responsible of YouTube.
Yes, it is, and it comes with a 3-strike rule.
Uh-oh.
So if your channel is caught doing it the first time, you get limited access to doing live streams.
Uh-oh.
If you do it the second time, you have less you can do. I can't remember what the second one is. I think you can't upload past a certain minute mark.
Yeah.
And then your third one is just like your channel's taken down.
Gotcha.
So they really jump to the 3rd strike and you're done. So even though I think this is a good thing to help put an end to all this dumb shit that people want to try to do, like eat poison.
Yeah.
I do think it is a pushback on First Amendment rights a little bit. Like, you should be able to kind of do whatever you want. But then again, it's their platform, so they can kind of say like what they want on there. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on this?
Oh, I think if it endangers public safety,
right?
I think it's one of those you can't yell fire in a movie theater type things.
Mm-hmm.
Like kids are stupid enough to see this on YouTube and be like, I want to do that.
I want to drive blindfolded.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're gonna test it right now. And Troy is now putting on a blindfold, and he is about to chew on a Tide Pod.
Here we go. Good thing we only have one body to poison us both.
That's true. Damn it, I should have thought about that.
But all of our clothes are so clean. They mean the ones that I ate.
Yeah, we sweat Tide now.
Good thing I ate those dirty... Fuck. I just fucked everything all up. I had a good joke, fucked it up. You know what I mean? Fuck up good things.
Yeah. We eat our laundry after we eat a Tide Pod.
Oh, shoot.
And then we jog down the street for a spin cycle.
Well, JT, I don't know if I can find something I need for... Oh, there it is.
What? Uh-oh. You didn't light the candle?
We got the bell.
I think I know what this is for.
Let's start ringing the bell.
Give me that bill. Give me that bill. Give me that bill. 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 I do not have sexual relations with that woman. That's the Bill Clinton Bell edition.
Aquaman JT hit $1 billion in the worldwide box office, making it the highest grossing DC film worldwide.
They love that fish man.
The world loves Aquaman
loves
the world over.
He loved the fish man.
Domestically, though, it still ranks number 4 in the DC world of DC movies.
Yes.
Batman v Superman is still number 1 domestically.
Oh boy.
Followed by Wonder Woman. Followed by Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Aquaman. Man of Steel, and then Justice League is the last one. Which you wouldn't think would be, but is.
Yeah.
But yes, Aquaman has made $1 billion worldwide, making it the most popular DC movie in the world over.
Well, good on you, Momoa.
Good on him! Would you have ever expected this?
No.
Me neither, but good on it, because the movie was fine.
Okay.
It was not horrible. I'm trying to find something we can both agree on.
Okay, I'll go with not horrible. I'll take not horrible for 1,000, Alex.
Was it better than Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
You're not going to test it anymore.
No, I'm like, that's my gauge on where everything falls.
I can see you're like thinking of, was it better? No, wait, no. Never mind. Okay, Suicide Squad.
There we go. That's a good
we'll
one.
We'll settle on that.
JT, did you see this?
See about this?
Twitter was all abuzz 2 days ago, or maybe on Sunday, because a Gillette ad hit the internet. Did you watch this Gillette ad?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
The Gillette ad entitled "The Best Men Can Be."
Yeah. They're telling us men that we can't do stuff?
What do you mean we can't just sexually harass women all the time?
This is bullshit. Chelsea, get your sweet ass in here.
Why don't you tell me how much you like a movie, then let me tell you how you're wrong about it. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of what the ad was, is going against all of that negativity that's been in the news in the last year or more.
Yeah.
Just telling men, just stop being a bunch of cucks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then men responded by being a bunch of cucks.
Some did, yes. Others were finally like, yeah, this is pretty spot on.
What about women? Women do stuff too.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. That's why you make 70% more than women at the same job. Anyway, so yeah, check out that Gillette ad. It wasn't, from all the outrage that I saw of it on the internet, I watched it and I'm like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Just stop being a bunch of douches.
I don't think they crossed the line until they got to the point where they made a man get on his hands and knees and say, "Beg me, you little bitch. Pay for what you did." That got a little bit too racy at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I was on board until the end when all that happened.
Yeah.
But
and then this woman came and then like stepped in a big pile of dog shit and made him lick it off her boot.
Yeah.
That got kind of hot, actually.
I mean, did I jerk off to it? Yes.
Exactly.
Did I like it? Yes.
I mean, in all honesty, I jerk off to everything Gillette. I just love razors.
Yeah, I mean, think of just a nice, smooth, porpoise-like body with no hair on it.
I'm going to be right back. Troy.
Arousing. Well, we share the same body, so I'm coming.
I'm going to make you watch! I'm going to give you control of the head, and I'm going to take control of the hands, and I'm going to make you watch.
While looking for news, I didn't dive too much into this one, but I saw a funny headline that I thought I just wanted to read the headline and then go on to something else.
Okay.
The headline is, Noomi Rapace has no idea what a Prometheus 2 would have been.
All right. Sounds good.
Like, awesome. I'm writing that down and moving on. Because nobody knows what Prometheus 1 was. So, like, no shit, you don't know what 2 was. More onto the Disney live-action train, JT.
Okay.
Do you see this news?
No.
That the newest addition to the live-action remake is going to be the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, wonderful. So they can fuck that up again.
I barely remember this, but I watched a clip of it not that long ago, and it is a harsh movie to watch, especially if you're a kid.
Yeah.
I think they call Esmeralda a whore in it.
I'm sure they do.
And I'm like, this is for kids, right? I watched this when I was a kid.
The villain is like a religious guy.
Yeah.
He's like a bishop or something.
Yeah, a cardinal or a bishop or something like that. But it definitely is dark. It's like made right after the 90s huge popular ones.
Yeah.
And verging into the early 2000s. I still think it's like late 90s though, but I don't remember this one hardly at all. There's 3 gargoyles that I thought were okay when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Wasn't one Danny DeVito?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy.
But this is like peak like Disney theme where it's like, if you're ugly and you have a hot friend, be happy that your hot friend is also fucking someone that's hot.
What are you talking about?
The whole movie, like Quasimodo's like pining over Esmeralda, and then at the end, she's like, "Well, I'm gonna fuck this other guy instead," and he's like, "All right,
cool. I'm gonna live vicariously through his dick.
Sweet. I'm gonna fuck these 3 stone things that talk to me."
Let's just ring all their bells.
Yeah.
Another rumor is that Josh Gad may star in this movie.
Oh God.
Hopefully as the titular hunchback.
Yeah.
But isn't he already in Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah.
As LeFou?
Yeah. Like LeFou comes back, gets a little injury where he breaks his back.
Right, terribly.
And then he's forced to live in
in a bell tower.
In a bell tower the rest of his life.
Makes friends with pigeon shit covered gargoyles.
Yeah.
And pines over a gypsy whore. Oh my. That felt bad coming out of my mouth. It just felt dirty. Netflix, JT.
Okay.
They're all abuzz.
Yeah.
Spending all that money.
So much money.
$3 billion a year, supposedly.
Yeah.
Because of that, they'll be raising their prices.
Oh, wonderful.
See this?
I heard there's supposed to be a little bit of a price
if
jump.
And every tier is getting a price raise too this time. Unlike last time where the basic plan stayed at like $8 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But every plan is raising 18%.
Okay.
So if you have the most popular plan, which is the $11 plan, it's going to $13.
Oh, geez.
If you have their like super HD plan, it's going up to $16. And
Yeah.
if you have like their $8 plan, it's going up to $9.
Gotcha.
But that's only in the U.S. and U.S. territories.
Uh-oh.
So any of our out-of-country listeners,
Great. So
you
Puerto
just
Rico's
missed the
getting
cut.
fucked even more now.
That's right. Sorry, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. We can't pay for your relief, but we're also going to hike up your Netflix.
The one reprieve you did have.
Yeah.
Christ. But anybody in the
But hey, good news, we're getting that
Australia.
wall. So take comfort in that, guys. When you're having weird power outages,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a fucking wall. So cool.
Better believe it.
That's our political part of this show. We're done now, hopefully.
Depends how many. If we have 8 more beers.
Yeah. So Pearl Harbor.
Oh my God! Remember when we went off on that? That was bad. They're raising their prices to help pay for new content, so they can compete and be like. It's already like a superpower of streaming.
Yeah.
But it wants to be like the one so like nobody has to go anywhere
Yeah.
else.
It wants to be the Highlander of streaming services.
Exactly. There can be only one.
There can only be one.
And it's going to help pay for their finance debt. They took out huge loans to be more globalized and all
Yep.
this kind of stuff.
Make Bird Box.
Make Bird Box, of course. All of those reasons.
That's only
Not
only
pay-
2 reasons.
Not pay for Sherlock Holmes movie. So there you go. And that's all my news, I think, JT. That's
Oh my
all
goodness.
I
You
got.
got through a lot in a very short period of time.
Well, I don't think we got to dwell on a ton of stuff.
I don't bullshit.
That's
here.
right. Let's get down to brass tacks.
My name's T-Max here, and I don't bullshit.
I'm not going to bullshit. Not today, not tomorrow.
I'm not one to blow smoke up your ass.
But that's all I got on the docket.
Troy, you've heard that there's a secret Ghostbusters movie in the works.
I have.
Oh my god. Troy?
Oh.
I guess they put out a miniature teaser.
Yeah, they did
Just a bunch
today,
of
right?
Just a bunch of images and stuff. There really wasn't any footage of any kind of film. But they have pinpointed a director for this Ghostbusters. Jason Reitman.
I was gonna say Paul Feig.
No, I guess it's supposed to be a direct sequel to the 80s films.
Oh, they're actually gonna go through that now?
Yeah.
All right.
And they're recruiting Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, who made the classic Ghostbusters films.
Oh, how about it?
So I like Jason Reitman as a director.
What else has he done?
Well, he had a movie that was on my list for this year, Tully.
Okay.
Also did Up in the Air, did Juno.
Oh my god.
So
I've
there
seen
you go.
almost all of those except for Tully.
So Jason Reitman.
And it's gonna be a sequel, you say?
Yes.
You know, they could have just made the lady one a sequel.
Yes. But whatever.
What the fuck are they doing?
Dan Aykroyd had to play a fucking dumb cab driver in it. Well, you going to Queens?
I ain't scared of no ghosts.
I ain't scared of no ghosts.
Just shut up and sell your fucking vodka and get the fuck out of here.
Talk about how aliens exist.
You a fucking weirdo.
Troy, I know you and C Danger are big fans of The Office.
Yes.
Well, the creator of The Office, Greg Daniels,
Uh-huh.
is currently working on a program for Netflix called Space Force.
I think I saw a bit about this.
Which is supposed to be a workplace comedy that takes place in space, starring Steve Carell.
Ooh, as Michael Scott?
I hope so.
That would be amazing. Gets promoted to a paper company in space. I'm into this. It seems like a great idea.
Yeah, especially being on Netflix too. That'll be better.
I am in love with it. Just speaking of The Office for a little bit, since we don't have too much news on that Space Force thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a parody on like Trump's Space Force, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. I'm only a beer in, so I'll just drop it there. It's our Office loop started over again recently, so we're watching like the first and second season. My God, I always forget like how more shocking some of that stuff is when they do like racially insensitive stuff.
Yeah.
Or like homophobia and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I think The Office's first goal was to make Michael Scott completely unlikable, because that's what he's supposed to be like in the British version. Like the boss is completely unlikable.
Right.
But then they were like, well, shit, we can't make him a dick the whole time.
Right.
So
I think it ended up working in his favor.
Yeah, they start making him more likable. Like you can almost kind of tell, like right when they get to the point where it's like, we gotta start fucking having this. People like this guy. And they start doing shit where like he's about to cry and stuff.
Right.
Where it's like, oh shit, okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like that he's a redeeming person and he's just like a child.
Yeah.
That has a desk job.
Yeah.
But like one of the early episodes, he calls somebody faggy. And I'm just like, oh my God, that is offensive. I totally forgot about that. And it like shocked me to hear that word. And then another time when they're playing basketball, Jim is like bragging or whatever, and Michael Scott goes, or just don't look too gay on the court. And it's just like, oh my God. But all that stuff is just amazing. I love The Office.
Like everything he does in it should have got him fired.
Yes. Yeah.
You should be fired like every episode.
Especially in the first season. When it's just like gross. And he's got like super thin hair.
I know. They give him that like gross comb over where you can see his hair just totally thinning out.
Right.
And then like the start of the second season, it's just like, we gotta fucking cover this shit up.
Anyway, The Office is great.
It's good. It's good.
Some say great.
It's pretty good. Lego Movie 2 coming up pretty soon, Troy. Of course, there's going to be some more Lego-inspired superheroes in there. One of them is going to be Wonder Woman, being voiced by Gal Gadot.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What inspired casting.
They have their finger on the pulse.
That's right. Should have been Linda Carter.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. You mean yes?
Troy, put the gun away!
All right. This time.
Jesus Christ, Troy. My heart's pounding a mile a minute here.
Putting it up to our shared temple. Ready to blow our shared head off.
Yeah, it looks like I'm about to commit suicide. I'm just holding the gun to my own head. Because we are the same person.
Turns out I have a second gun to our balls.
Oh, no! I knew we shouldn't have watched Inglourious Bastards before this. Troy, I think me and GHD brought it up during our best of 2018, just in passing, but Eastern Promises, the Viggo Mortensen Russian hitman film, is going to get a sequel.
Okay, great.
So I know you don't care, but it's cool.
How could you tell?
Because you just got that glazed over look in our face. I'm looking in a mirror we're looking in a mirror while we record. And you're just like, okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you got me. Who knew only pretty close to probably 300 episodes we'd finally come down to this. Like, oh, you don't care? Okay, moving on.
Troy, looking forward to that Superb Owl.
Sure.
All right. Well, they have a performer for the halftime show.
Okay.
Maroon 5.
All right. All right, Maroon 5.
Yeah, nothing's harder than Maroon 5.
Sports.
Yes, there you go, Maroon 5. Can't wait.
All right. Somebody gonna pull out a tit on this one?
Yeah.
Just make it interesting.
Fucking, what's his name?
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine's gonna pull out his dick during it.
I hope so. Just
gotta have
something.
a hog. It's gotta have a hog on him.
Just show us that bird, would you?
Give it out.
Come on, live
Sport
TV.
some rod, man.
Let's see that trunk.
Yeah. Give us some horn, brother.
I want to see where the trunk meets the dirt.
Yeah. I want to see that pelvic shrub, brother.
That's right. Anyway, dicks.
Yeah. Long story short, dicks. Troy, have you ever seen Coming to America?
I have.
Well, they're in the process of making a sequel.
Paramount
is, and it's going to have the original cast.
Really? They're all coming
Eddie
back?
Murphy, Arsenio Hall.
Oh, my goodness.
Even talks of James Earl Jones coming back.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
What has Eddie Murphy been doing?
I don't know.
It seems like an odd movie to want to do a sequel of. To, like, rejuvenate your career.
Yeah.
You would assume?
I don't know.
You would think he'd want to do, like, Beverly Hills Cop again or something. Like, relaunch that.
I don't know.
Or
I mean,
Eddie
it'd be
Murphy
hard to
Raw 2.
He's got to find a different colored leather outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Troy.
All right.
I just don't.
Or they're relaunching or rebooting Shrek, aren't they? Can he be Donkey?
Donkey.
Donkey.
My last bit of news, Troy, and it seems pretty interesting. Jordan Peele, in the process of producing a show for Amazon called The Hunt, that's going to have Al Pacino involved.
That is interesting. You pull it out at the end there.
I guess it's going to... The story revolves around a group of men hunting Nazis in New York City circa 1977.
Oh, all right. Is one of the men hunting good old Cappuccino himself?
I'm not sure.
I hope so. He's the hunter, but they can hear him coming from miles away.
Yeah. I still love it that in Tropic Thunder, one of the guys' names is Al Pacino.
Who?
The rapper guy, like the black dude in Tropic Thunder. He's a rapper named Al Pacino.
I don't remember that at all. I need to go back and watch Tropic Thunder because when I watched it, I wasn't that into it.
Man, I went back and saw it not too long ago. That movie's funny as fuck.
All right, maybe I'll have to give it another shot. But I liked the opening a lot.
Yeah.
But then once I actually got into the movie, I just kind of like lost steam on it.
I don't know. That movie's funny as hell.
All right.
I think I saw it like maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, and I was losing my shit. It's pretty funny.
I'll put it on the docket, so that means I'll get to it before the end of the year.
Put it on your deathbed list.
Yeah, no shit. All right, Tropic Thunder. Putting it on the list.
And that's all my news, Troy.
Oh my goodness. So has anyone left us this week?
I could not find anybody.
Good.
Good.
Then I suppose it's done.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I turn my head away and breathe just like Tay Day. Chocolate rain. Hey, did you see the big ones that came out?
There was a big one I saw that came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And when I say big ones, I just meant that one.
Yeah.
And then I have one other one.
I got some other ones too.
Oh. You mind if I just chip into my small one here?
Sure.
Have you brought up The Punisher on Netflix yet?
No,
Season
I think
2?
Yeah, I didn't think I saw it until like the day after we recorded, I think.
Okay. Did you watch that?
I did.
What'd you think?
It looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of Jigsaw's mask.
Me neither. Like, actually, I don't mind the mask as much, but when he takes it off, he doesn't look, I guess,
No,
scarred
he just has
enough.
a few scars on his face.
Yeah.
Like he got his face fucked up
Yeah. And so...
in that finale, but here it's just like he's got like a couple like little scars on his cheek.
Yeah.
Like that's
nothing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe if they play it up like he's, like, a narcissist and, like, needs to be perfect, you can, like, pick away at it and, like,
Yeah.
it drives him nuts. But, like...
And they kind of did that.
Yeah, kind of, but, like... I need it to really drive it home then. Because,
Yeah.
like, it shows, like, nothing on his face.
Yeah. Because I think that was what I liked the most about him in Punisher Warzone was that he was so obsessed with his looks and he was so fucked up
Yeah.
that it just drove him completely insane.
Right. That he had, like, horse flesh.
Yeah.
It's like a piece on his face. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucked up. But, like, I still don't really love that movie. But I was looking for, like, a happy medium between, like,
Yeah.
that and the one we have in here.
Yeah.
But I really liked that first season of Punisher. So I'm looking forward to
There
it
you go.
coming out, I think, this week.
Yep. Comes out this weekend.
So maybe I'll check it out. I still haven't checked out the last few Netflix Marvel shows, so I don't know when I'm going to get to this.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
But also coming out this weekend, Troy, Netflix is putting out a documentary on the Fire Festival.
Great. FEMA tents galore.
Yes. Calling it Fire Festival, the greatest party that never happened.
Netflix is putting this out?
Yeah.
I might watch this first for a good laugh. God. Suck it, Ja Rule.
Yeah. I know, I'm curious just because it's like, I want to see that and I want to see a bunch of rich people just like pull up to FEMA tents and be like, what? Where's my condo?
Oh my god, it's going to be so great.
Yeah.
It's going to be so great.
Fuck them. Fuck everyone involved in that.
I'm using my money that my dad gave me for my college tuition to come to this.
Yeah. I want to watch Blink-182 with Ja Rule.
Oh my god. I would love to see this. I can't wait.
Well, there you go. Same day. Coming out as
God.
Punisher.
Do a double feature.
Yeah. All of Punisher
and then the
Fire
FEMA doc. Yeah. The FEMA doc. The Fire Festival. Oh my god. Yeah. Do you have any other ones before we jump onto the big one?
That's all of them for the big one.
This actually took me by surprise.
I know. It came out of nowhere.
I must have not been paying attention because they would have had to have like announced this sometime, right?
Troy, it's Disney. They don't give a fuck. They're gonna put
Actually,
that shit
technically, it's
in
Sony.
your lap. Oh, all right.
Gee, not to split hairs, but
Well, you're the one that's been blowing Sony lately, so.
well, let me get on this dick. Spider-Man: Far From Home trailer came out.
Yeah.
Shows more of Tom Holland and crew taking a wee trip to
Venice.
I almost said merry old England, but that wasn't true.
to someplace not America, because I don't understand other countries. I'm American.
And he is apprehensive about taking his Spider-Man outfit
Spytro Man
to go to his overseas class trip, which is the most unbelievable part of this whole thing.
What the fuck? Aunt May had to really fucking sit on the corner for a while to raise enough money for that shit.
At least flirt enough with Tony Stark to get some side money.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, and then Rampage occurs overseas.
Yeah.
Meets up with the likes of a Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Yeah. And
looks like maybe the Sandman and Hydro Man, and maybe even the Molten Man in this trailer.
Okay. I don't know. I know the Sandman.
Well, Hydro Man's the same thing with water.
Okay.
The Molten Man is just Hot Metal Man.
Cool.
There you go. But when I was watching the trailer, I was wondering if it's all of those big giant elemental people are just illusions of Mysterio.
That's usually the thing with Mysterio, is that he creates chaos so he can come in and be the big hero and everyone loves him.
Yeah. And so I wonder if that's going to be the thing. I was trying to get, and I'm not the only one who's had this opinion, but that was like one of the first things I thought. I'm like, I wonder if he's going to try to get into this public limelight as this new hero, but he's like staging all this shit.
Yeah.
But other people are arguing, it's like, well, Peter Parker got all wet when he got hit by that water. I'm like, so what? He has a water gun and that thing. It's movies. Like, who cares?
And he can still create the chaos.
Yeah, but I really dug that they went full on Mysterio with the big bulb helmet and everything like that. Oh my god. Hopefully, listen, Sony's had a great track record as of late with Spider-Man stuff, especially. Can't wait to blow this movie. I like it a lot.
And then Nick Fury's back.
Yeah.
Also.
Right.
So we know they all survived.
Well,
or something.
So it's I didn't look at anything when I was looking up news. I saw was like the Far From Home trailer totally ruins the ending of Endgame. I'm like, first of all, you know that Spider-Man is already contracted for another movie.
Yeah.
Is it a surprise that Nick Fury showed up in this trailer? Yeah. But what if this takes place before Endgame? Like before Infinity War?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Not me. I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff.
He's on a bus. Maybe he's on the bus home from the trip.
Right.
When the thing happened.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Nobody knows. So anyway, check it out. Spider-Man already threw in one date and screwed up the entire MCU timeline for all those nerds out there. So why not do it again?
Yeah, there you go. Just really fucking make the nerds just like shit their pants.
Yeah. What date did they put in Homecoming? It was like in 2012, and everyone was just like dumping in their pants.
Pushing their glasses up. Excuse me.
It's like, who fucking cares about any of this? Just watch a movie. Jesus Christ.
Excuse me, Mr. Marvel, sir.
Anyway, it looks fun. I talked a lot during that. I should.
No, I'm looking forward too. I love the Spider-Man Homecoming. Mm-hmm. I think that made like my list the year it came out. Mm-hmm. I loved it. And it looks like the same fun in this.
Yeah.
Especially Tom Holland like feeling like a genuine high schooler.
Yeah, yeah. I also liked the fact that the Flash Thompson kid, I really liked him in the first one.
Yeah.
When he's like, I really like Spider-Man. I love what he does for the community. Oh, hey, Peter. What's up, dickhead? Or dickwad or whatever he says. I thought that was really good. Can't wait for it.
Well, yeah, no. I love the cast for Spider-Man because they all feel like genuine high schoolers.
Yeah. Also, like, too, that it looks like he's going to have multiple Spider-Man costumes in this, too.
Oh, yeah. This guy's like a weird, spy one.
Yeah, like a black stealthy one.
It's got like a siphon filter
suit. I haven't heard of siphon filter in like 15 years. Oh, my God. Awesome. Siphon filter. Jesus Christ. You ever play any of those games?
Man, I wish. I think they're coming out with like a PlayStation. They're coming out with one of those like 20 games in one PlayStations, and I think Siphon Filter is supposed to be one of them.
I thought you were going to say there's a bundle that come out with all the Siphon Filter games, and you were going to buy every one of them.
No. I remember liking Siphon Filter, though.
I don't remember anything about it, except that he's a siphon filter. And he has doesn't he have the night vision goggle on? Or is that the Tom Clancy game?
That was the Tom Clancy one. I think Siphon Filter was more action-based.
Okay. Well, goddamn, I don't know. Siphon Filter, check it out. Siphon Filter, Far From Home, coming into theaters near you. That's it. That's all the trailers, I think.
Okay.
Do you want to jump into that tourney? What do we got for the tourney?
We got the tourney, Troy.
I don't think I saw who won the last week's stuff.
Well, last week it was The Edge versus the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Okay.
And from what I saw, The Edge took it pretty handily.
The Edge has the edge, huh?
The Edge had the edge.
All right.
So no Girl with Dragon Tattoo GHD is going to be hell pissed.
Oh well. That opening credit scene alone, I guess.
I know. You can probably go online and watch their opening credit scene. So The Edge joining the likes of The Amazing Spider-Man, Platoon, and Drag Me to Hell. So we'll see where that lands in the Tournament of Random Movies in the future. But we got two more, Troy.
And how?
We got two more films to add to it. One, a film from this last year that we were supposed to review but didn't.
Oh.
And the other one is a movie from 2006 that is considered a favorite from a lot of people that I've heard.
Okay.
The one from 2018, I could not find a tagline for. But we were supposed to review it.
Supposed to review it, and we didn't.
Yeah.
Did we not review it because I couldn't see it?
Yes.
That doesn't narrow it down. There's so many. I don't know.
It is the film Overlord.
Overlord. I would have never guessed Overlord.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. From 2018, Overlord
Okay.
added to the tournament. Will we finally get to it?
Time will tell.
Time
and
will
your
tell.
votes.
And your votes. You may be able to redeem us by voting for Overlord. Or if you just say fuck it, then we'll just say fuck it.
Then fuck it.
The other one from 2006,
Okay.
the tagline is no children, no future, no hope.
Oh, is it Children of Men?
It is Children of Men.
Okay.
A lot of people consider this one of their favorite films.
Dinosaur Neil considers it, I think, one of his favorite films.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it except for the long takes.
There's a really cool long take in a car.
Yeah. I think it starts on the top of a building even. And goes down an entire building and then it gets into a car and then doesn't it do the long take in there as well?
Maybe. I think so.
I can't remember.
I know. It's been a while since I've seen it. But
who's the main character?
Clive Owen.
Thanks. I was going to say Colin Firth, and I'm like, that's not right. But, yeah, I'd be interested in checking either one of those out. I don't know what I'd lean towards more. I've seen Children of Men, but I just don't remember much of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it made any, my favorite movie of, 2006.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've only seen Children of Men once, so I wouldn't mind going back and revisiting it.
It's probably 3 hours long, too.
It probably is long.
Hey, Google. How long is Children of Men?
Children of Men's running time is 1 hour 54 minutes.
Not bad.
Oh, just under 2 hours.
Not bad.
Thank you, Google.
I aim to please.
Ooh. She kind of gave you a wink there.
Thank you.
She gave us a wink. We're the same body.
I have a boner.
I can tell. So there you go. Overlord versus Children of Men. We'll find out who moves on next week. getting close to the end. They were halfway through the first round, Troy.
Solid, baby.
We're halfway through the first round.
Still talking about this boner. Solid.
Solid.
Well, good deal, JT. If that's all well and done, let's jump into the Shymalan-iverse.
Diving back in.
Let me get this out of the way first.
Okay.
It's not coming. It's stuck. I have a burp that's just going to come out randomly.
Burp or a sneeze. I thought it was a sneeze.
It's stuck right in the pit of my stomach. It'll show up. Dropping January 20th. A mere almost 2 years ago to the day.
So close.
With a budget of $9 million.
Wow.
Domestically made $138.2 million. Worldwide raking in $278.4 million on a measly $9 million budget.
It's pretty good.
That's
I know
pretty good.
It's a Blumhouse, so, he didn't... That's actually pretty expensive for a Blumhouse film, actually.
Yeah, especially since Unbreakable got $75 million for a budget.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really look that much better. Granted, it came out a decade previous. Almost 2 decades previous, but anyway, Rotten Tomatoes has split at a 76%. IMDb at 7.3 out of 10. Metacritic, 62%.
Yeah.
And Plugged In gave it 2 out of 5 plugs.
Whoa.
That's right. There it is.
There it is.
Just had to pat ourselves on the back to get that burp out, just like a baby. Speaking of Blumhouse, JT, this is the number 3 domestic box office draw for a Blumhouse picture.
Yeah.
Do you know what number 1 and 2 are?
Number 1's got to be Halloween, right?
No.
Oh my god. Oh, Get Out.
Yes. Get Out is number 1.
And number 2. Oh my gosh, what the fuck would number 2 be? I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. You just said it.
Halloween.
Yes, it is. And all of them are not that much different either. It's about split by 15 million per ranking there. So, pretty good draw for all them Blumhouse movies. Little more fun facts before we get into more of it.
Yeah.
This movie, M. Night Shyamalan also appears in the film, just like as he does in most of his films, as a small little role.
Yeah.
Fun fact also is James McAvoy broke his hand during the making of this movie.
Oh, bless him.
He didn't tell anybody for 3 days.
Oh, God.
And then went into urgent care, said that his knuckles are broken. And that's why he has a cast in Atomic Blonde. Because it's a real-life cast. Because he broke his hand on the filming of this movie.
Oh, my God.
That's right.
Atomic Blonde. That movie could have been so good. But it wasn't.
Another fun fact before we get into more things is that Joaquin Phoenix was supposed to be the title character.
Wacky Joaquin.
That's right, of this, but he couldn't reach a contract agreement that struck his fancy.
Okay.
So they went with James McAvoy for the head character.
I'd be curious to see how Joaquin Phoenix would have done this.
I know. As soon as I read that, I'm like,
That'd
that
been
sounds like an inspired pick.
Crazy, yeah.
Not to say that James McAvoy did a bad job or anything, but Joaquin Phoenix, that would have been something else.
All over the place.
Yeah. And my last bit of news before we get into more stuff is that M. Night Shyamalan said that this was his most challenging film of his career to make. Which I want to dispute, because he made that Avatar Airbender movie, which had a way huger budget, way more things going on.
But it wasn't good.
That doesn't matter. It had to be that much more challenging to try to wrangle all this shit together and still stick to a certain continuity that was already kind of made.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the easy part. He didn't have to write it, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway,
know.
maybe he's maybe it's right. I don't know. Fuck if I know. I didn't make the movie.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. Molly has seen it. She's a big fan of Avatar: Last Airbender, and she said it is fucking awful.
I don't care about any of those things, so I'll never see it. But, JT, as you wet your whistle, what?
Oh, you're going to ask me if I want to ask you what happens in
How
Split?
dare you turn that against me at the last second? But I'll give it a shot. So, we follow a group of girls as we enter this movie.
Yeah.
And immediately they get abducted by James McAvoy.
Yeah.
And they get taken to this dungeon type of establishment.
Yeah. It's like a basement of some sort.
And they are held under their will.
Yeah.
Slowly they piece together that James McAvoy may have not only an eccentricity about himself, but he also may have personality disorders such as DID,
Yeah.
dissociative identity disorder.
Yes.
And then horror and suspense follow from there. Do they make it out alive? Time will tell. But that's Split. There you go. The spoiler-free version of the synopsis.
Yes.
What? Let me start with this.
Okay.
So, M. Night Shyamalan had the idea to make this movie around the same time he was writing Unbreakable 17, 18 years previous.
Okay.
He had the idea of this character, this Kevin character.
Yeah.
So much so that he wanted to include him in Unbreakable,
Really?
but thought it'd be too much.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I would also agree. Because of that idea, I'll get into that after I make my first point here. But he was inspired by a real-life case of Billy Milligan, who was born in the 60s, who claimed to have 24 personalities. And he was the first person charged, or I guess diagnosed. Well, I have a run-on sentence going on here. He was the first person diagnosed with multiple personality disorder
Yeah.
to get out of a rape charge.
Oh, geez.
Because they found one of his identities to be uncouth.
Yeah.
And so not only did he have a bad personality, he had 13 uncouth personalities,
Oh, geez.
11 positive ones, and then one group one where they're all... He had a beast of his own
Oh, God.
entitled The Teacher.
Oh.
And so I didn't read much more into that. That's about as much as I got from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually surprised to hear that it wasn't that much more outlandish than what we got in this movie.
Yeah.
Granted, the teacher probably didn't scale walls or
No.
bend steel bars.
I know that's one of the biggest criticisms of the movie from people is that, like, they talk about how it represents DID in a very unflattering light, but then my argument to that is it's just one person, and you are pretty much given the idea that this is a far-fetched
Yeah.
scenario.
Right. There is actually I think a documentary on like A&E right now about a woman with DID.
Yeah.
And I want to check it out, except I just don't have that channel.
Yeah.
Because I want to see like how... Because I really don't know much about this at all. I only know the Hollywood version of it,
Yeah.
to be honest.
There's that show on, was it like Showtime or something? United States of Terror.
Uh-huh.
That it stars what's her name from Hereditary, Toni Collette.
Uh-huh.
She plays like a person with DID.
Okay. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't,
Oh.
but I've heard it's really good.
Okay. So anyway, as I was going to follow up with my statement before, he had this idea about this character when he was making Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Unbreakable and this movie are under different production studios.
Yeah.
And there's a big twist. There's not a huge twist at the end.
Yeah.
But there is one everyone knows about it already.
It's why we're doing this
right.
series.
It's in the Unbreakable universe.
Yeah.
The only reason that he even got to use David Dunn was because he was originally going to be in the script of Unbreakable, so they're in the same universe.
Okay.
So he could use those characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a clever write around, even if it's not true.
Yeah.
But he had to get permission from Disney, who distributed Unbreakable.
Oh, shit.
It's not a Disney film, it's like a Touchstone Pictures film, which
Yeah.
I think Disney owned at the time.
Yeah.
Or it came under Buena Vista,
Yeah.
like distributing or whatever. Regardless, I thought that was pretty clever.
All this crazy copyright bullshit.
It's so fun to think about, isn't it? Another fun little thing in this too is that even though you see a ton of personalities from James McAvoy, you only get to see 9 of them.
Yeah.
And 9 even seems high because you really only get to see 3 briefly.
Yeah. Mostly through like a video, like a vlog of some sort that
Right.
he keeps for himself.
If I would have any criticism, it's that I kind of wanted to see more of that on this second watch.
Yeah.
More
More of the personalities?
more personalities. Just even if they touched on them as much as they did with those short little videos.
Yeah.
I don't want to just see like the Batman v Superman video clicking through all of like the superheroes or anything like
Yeah.
that. But there's like more throughout. Like I like the ones that we got, and I understand why we got them.
Yeah.
But I was like, if you say he's got 24, let's see the range of McAvoy here.
Yeah.
I wanted just to see him play with that.
You get quite a good range out of the 9 that he displays.
Right.
Like I don't see like him having 24 personalities. I think that's more of just an idea that there's still more to him that we're not seeing.
Right.
Which I think is kind of the mystery of it too. Is like you still don't know. You don't know, even though you've seen a lot of him, you still don't know him completely.
Yeah.
Like even the therapist talks about like there's still personalities she hasn't met before.
Right.
She just knows that there's 24 of them.
Uh-huh.
Or 23 at this point.
You're right.
Because the 24th is the best. But, no, I liked how they made it where it's like, they kind of centralized it into like a story where it's just these 3 personalities are running the show, and then some kind of like sneak out every once in a while.
Right. But I would like to see a little more sneaking. Just sneak out.
Well, you see it in the emails when they say, we need to meet.
I want more.
Well, in Lost, you don't meet every fucking person on the island.
I'm not saying I needed all 23, but I would love to see 13 of them, like half of this
13
person.
out of the 9. You
Out of-
wanted those 4 more.
Yeah, why not? I don't need a whole fleshed out story or backstory of all of them, but like I would love to see more.
Well, Glass is coming up. Maybe you'll get.
I'm not going to see more than that. I'm going to see the Beast. That's pretty much it. I guarantee you in Glass. That's it.
Well, it didn't bother me as much as it did you, Troy.
It didn't really bother me. It took me out of the movie. I was like, if I was going to add anything...
You can kind of heat it.
Listen, I'm kind of getting a little fired up here, okay? But I just want to tell you right now, I would have loved to see a little bit more of his multiple personalities.
Okay. Whatever,
Oh,
Troy.
my God. You're just fucking
So
riling
greedy.
me up over here.
Only get 9 personalities? Whatever. F.
Minus. Also, with that, too, there was even more characters in this that were completely cut out of the movie.
Really?
Sterling K. Brown was in this movie.
Jesus.
As a Professor Shaw. And I wonder if he was the, like, other person that would take over in case that therapist died.
Oh. See, what I thought when I heard that she had a replacement, I was thinking that was gonna be the chick that's gonna be in Glass, like the therapist in that she like sits them all down.
Okay.
That's,
yeah.
That was like my when I heard that she said she had a replacement lined up, I was like, oh, I bet that's who. What's her name's gonna be?
Okay. That makes sense too. But yeah, I have no idea. I didn't look much into that. I wanted to see like what all was filmed. But I guess if you have the DVD, it's in all the extras. All of his scenes are in there.
Oh, really?
If you wanted to check out what he was actually doing. And I want to say, like, I did watch them once.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything of it.
When I bought it on Amazon, they said that they have an alternate ending at the end, but I didn't stick around to watch it.
You know, it's funny. So I watched this today after I got home from work. I found it free on YouTube.
Damn it!
I was almost there to purchase it on Amazon. And I'm like, on a lark, I want to see if somebody put this up on YouTube for free. And they did.
You fucker.
And it's HD.
Jesus!
Like, it's a perfect movie.
Holy
It's all there.
Shit.
And I was like, oh my god, Joel probably already watched this. It's too late for him, but I am going to reap all the benefits of not paying $10 to have this. Not that I'm saying $10 isn't worth this movie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's fucked up that you can't rent it anywhere online.
I know.
What are you doing?
The fuck, man.
Anyway, so good job, guy on YouTube that put it out for free.
It's gonna be taken down, like, tonight.
It's been up since the end of last year.
Jesus!
Because I was like, how is this up since this afternoon or what? But I'm gonna open it up right now, and if you want to catch up on Glass before, and you're fucking still with us here, let me see if I can. Oh, Chelsea's been watching a ton of YouTube videos. Here we go. Just search Split,
Yeah.
and the top version is Split full movie.
God.
They even put it as that. It's the channel is Vanish. Oh my, no, it's like missing vowels and shit. Vanish Jain, VANSHJAIN.
Troy, you were getting this pulled down by
It's not my channel. I don't give a shit.
We got Trump listening, and he's like, take it down.
But it's been watched.
Build the wall, take it down.
It's been watched 257,000 times, so I can't imagine people haven't caught on yet. It's got fucking like 807 comments on it. So anyway, and everyone's like, thank God somebody did the hero's work here, so we don't have to fucking
Buy it.
buy it for $10. But anyway, it's on YouTube for free. Check it out while you can.
God damn it.
Going into Glass. So suck it, Joel.
Son of a bitch. Give me a beer. I'm pissed now.
All right.
I'm pissed now.
Oh, he's pissed. So what did you think of the story overall here, JT?
I like this is only my second time seeing it, and I actually really dug it. I was I of course went into it knowing that James McAvoy fucking kills it as Kevin.
Right.
But I was also really into Anna Taylor-Joy's character as well. I thought she was really interesting throughout.
I kind of forgot about all of her like story elements that leads up to this.
And they do a lot of flashbacks with her that are like, they feel like red herrings, because it's like everything, like, you know, like they're showing you this for a reason. You're just waiting for like, and all the scenes she's in all involve like guns and shit, where you're just like, who's gonna get shot? Oh fuck.
Right.
Like something bad's gonna happen.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, then when you like start to get your like you start to like calm down a little bit, where it's like, okay, nothing's probably gonna happen. Then they introduce some fucked up shit where you're like, oh god, I didn't know it was gonna go this route.
Yeah, that was
especially with you
up.
as a dad. I'm expecting you were just
with like her as like a little girl and like, oh my god, just a fucking sicko was like, let's be animals.
Yeah. And it's done in a way where it's like you can see how a kid would be attracted to that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what a fuck.
It's sickening.
What a gross piece of shit.
Anyway, she pulls a gun on him pretty quick.
Yeah.
And not to like jump to the end, but I want to tack on to this here.
Yeah.
Is that like, it sucks that he kind of sticks around. He's even in the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's not shown, but like he's still around.
Yeah.
And like she's been tortured with this like since then.
Yeah. But it lends itself to the story of the movie too, which I really liked.
Right. It sucks that she escaped the beast only to be delivered home to another monster.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ.
But then you like think back to like all the movie, and you can see like kind of her motivations, where like she is like she's like the one out of the three of them that's like not in a hurry to get out of there.
Right.
Like even like when Kevin first jumps into the car and he like kidnaps them and he's about ready to take off, she's just kind of looking where it's like, should I leave? Like,
Could I sneak out of here without him me seeing?
Yeah, she's just like, I don't know, like a lot of the things she does, it's you're like, do you want to get out of here? Are you sure you want to leave? Because you're like really wasting a lot of time.
Yeah. But it just, I mean, it shows that she's been through some shit though too. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm fucking handling this in a totally different way than those other two girls were.
Yeah. Well, they kind of talk about a little bit like in one of her flashbacks, like the dad talks about like hunting deer, where like the bucks are always like really loud and always go like take action, but then the does are the ones that kind of sit back and analyze the situation. Where like she's kind of the doe, where the two girls are like, let's fucking fight him with our mall karate. And then she's like, well, no, we got to figure out, we don't even know who this guy is, and we already know that one dude, we already know that he's powerful enough that he can like pretty much pick us up single-handedly and throw us across the room. So we need to figure out a situation here where she's been through enough of a situation with somebody else to know that if you're handling someone that's more powerful than you got to tackle them in a completely different way than physically.
Yeah. It was cool how she caught on like super quick. Even like when before they even knew McAvoy had like multiple personalities and he's trying to take her, she picks up on that like he's kind of a clean freak.
Yeah.
And she like tells her really quick to piss herself.
Yeah.
So like he gets all grossed out by it and throws her back in the room.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I missed that. Or at least I totally forgot about it from my first watch. Because she like knows how to protect herself from all this gross shit.
Well, I'm sure the uncle has a bunch of like eccentricities that she's picked up on over the years, where it's like, well, if I don't want him to do this to me, I know I need to do this.
That's so fucked up.
I know, but it's like
so
but
fucking real and sick.
Yeah, but it's true. Like she's like she needs to pick up on certain things to know how to defend herself because she can't fight him physically.
Right.
Like that dude is big as fuck too.
He's a big old bear, isn't he?
Yeah. They're animals. They're playing.
Ugh.
It's so gross.
God damn it.
But no, like I think she has like for like a movie like this, you could easily just go as like, here's these three girls that are going to be the victims for this sicko in this basement. But they go the extra mile with her where like everything she's doing makes sense in a way. And I thought that was something he didn't have to do, but the fact that he did it made this movie a lot better.
Yeah. What I forgot in this movie too is that I knew that McAvoy went to a bunch of therapy sessions, and I thought there was actually more of them in this movie.
Yeah.
From my recollection, and there's not a whole lot. There's like 2.5 really.
Yeah.
Because I thought that the therapist really dove deep into like one session, and she does, but I guess I thought it was going to be more extensive from my memory.
Yeah.
But I was really enjoying those where she was like playing detective and dissecting all that. I thought that was really cool, especially the last one she kind of has where she's like, okay, David, like, or was it David? She knows that one of them is pretending to be another personality.
Yeah. Barry is like the one that he tries
He's
to
the
present himself
fashionista.
as. Yeah, but I can't remember who. I don't think it's David. It might be Daniel. I don't know.
Regardless, like when she like calls him out and he's like, "No, I'm Barry, and then she like explains why he's not, and then just a subtle move, like he totally turns into another person.
Yeah.
McAvoy does that like a few times in this, where like he changes from person to person, where you get to see the transformation, and he doesn't do a whole lot at all, but what he does completely changes his face.
He's completely different characters when he turns into somebody else.
Because I don't think you get that effect when like he just leaves a room and comes back. Like when that happens, he's got a different shirt on, but I'm like, What have you done?
Yeah.
Now you're not walking on your knees. Okay, I get it. But then, like, when you see it, I'm like, that's way more impressive.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really well handled. And especially when, like, I don't know if they did this digitally or not, but, like, it looks like he's holding his breath and, like, really making the blood go to his head at some points. And when he calms down, you see, like, the veins, like, disappear in his head and all that kind of stuff.
Well, even, like, the beast is, like, I can't tell if it's veins or if it's scars or something. Like, I had an idea for, like, what I thought the ending was going to be before I remembered what it was, like, because, like, most of the movie, the therapist stresses that, like, if you say Kevin's name, full name, then Kevin comes out, and then the other personalities kind of subside, so you can actually talk to the actual Kevin.
Right.
So I thought the twist was going to be that Kevin is the beast.
Oh.
And their whole thing was to try and get someone to say his name, like a Rumpelstiltskin kind of thing. So then that's when the beast comes out.
Sure.
Where it's like the personalities were a defense mechanism for the beast.
Mm-hmm.
But instead they did what they did, which, I mean, it's not terrible, but I was like, that'd been really fucking cool if it's like, if Kevin was the beast all along.
Mm-hmm.
And like their whole thing was like, well, if it seems like the beast is going to come out, we need to say his full name. And then, but the whole thing was like a ruse to try and trick him into saying his name so the beast comes out.
Right. I mean, I like the way they did it here too, because then once he's out, it's like, you can't fucking stop me now.
No.
Like, you're saying that, say the name all you want, bitch. Like, you're not gonna do shit.
Well, she says it once, and then
Right.
Kevin comes out and he's like, I did all that? Oh shit, you should probably fucking kill me.
Right. And then he never comes back because the other personalities come out and said that, like, they buried him deep in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit. I kind of want to be in that circle of chairs. You know what I'm
know.
saying? And just see, like, a council of McAvoys in there just bickering at each other.
To see, like, a Being John Malkovich scene, or Malkovich? McAvoy?
Maybe that's what I wanted in this movie. I didn't. That's how I wanted to see all the personalities. Just have it just like do that '70s show spin and it's on another person in the circle.
Well, to go back to the girl in this, I was like thinking back to Book of Henry, where it's like, what if like. What if they're neighbors of Naomi Watts, and then she assassinates the uncle, and then adopts?
God, don't mix this together with Book of Henry.
Oh, I was like thinking back to it. It's like, oh, abusive. Oh my God, Book of Henry.
Fucking A. I already talked about McAvoy being pretty great. What else? Before we get to the very end, the movie did subtle things to tease that it was in the Unbreakable universe before you actually get to see Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And I wrote some of these down because, like, I didn't realize these.
Yeah, I didn't notice a lot of other things.
So, in Kevin's final scene, it, like, pans up a set of stairs.
Yeah.
And it starts playing the theme to Unbreakable.
Yeah.
As it's doing
I heard it
that.
at the end when they show Bruce Willis.
Well, it's even doing it before that. Even
Really?
before it jumps to the end, it's playing, like, the whole intro theme to Unbreakable and everything.
Cool.
And I guess I didn't realize it. But, like, if I hear it by itself, I can pick out that that's the theme from Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
So it was weird I didn't pick it out. And then even the poster to both the movies have almost the same crack theme.
Yeah, I heard that, like, if you put the poster next to Unbreakable, you can fit the cracks together.
Right, and, like, not that, like, a crack is, like, a signifier that this is the same universe, because it's a kind of, like, generic look for, like, a poster or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if it was deliberately done, it's genius. It's, like, putting everything right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Because nobody saw this twist coming.
No.
But, like, going back knowing it, you can see, like, oh, yeah, this is definitely the same kind of universe they set up in Unbreakable.
And, like, even when the therapist is, like, talking to people and stuff, like, she brings up how she thinks Kevin is someone with special abilities.
Mm-hmm.
A lot like how they talk about David Dunn in Unbreakable.
Right. Another funny thing, too, is that what I didn't catch is that when Mr. Glass's mom in Unbreakable talks about these two villains at one point, and one of them she's kind of describing like the megalomaniac, like
Yeah.
Mr. Glass version.
Yeah.
Another one she describes a beast-like character with a long mane and long fingers,
Yeah.
which they say is exactly what the beast looks like
Oh, yeah, that's
in
right.
this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you were to catch that, and I'm like, holy fuck, like, they did such a great job in
Yeah.
writing this movie. Like, I completely am back on board with Shyamalan stuff after
Really?
this intelligent movie making.
Yeah.
Where you're just dropping little, if you're paying attention, you get it.
Yeah.
And then after it's all put together and you go watch it again, it's just like, oh yeah. It's just like The Sixth Sense, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, going back after you know the twist, it's like, that's kind of fun. Like,
Mm-hmm.
granted, like, I don't know how much rewatchability after that you get.
Yeah.
Because, like, after you, like, kind of know the twist, it's like, oh, that's kind of fun.
So yeah, I guess that is a thing there.
And like I think that's like what the one thing that you can downplay some M. Night Shyamalan movies for. They're just like, what's the twist?
Yeah.
When's the shoe gonna drop?
Yeah.
But it's like some of his earlier movies, and I would argue even this one, that like the movie isn't hinged on the twist. It's just good, and
Yeah.
the twist makes it like even that much more fun.
Yeah. I know. I'll say for myself, and this isn't because I've paid $10 to own it, but I would say this has a lot more rewatchability just based on James McAvoy's performances alone.
Yes.
Because it's like so much of it is just watching him almost play it against himself in certain points.
Right.
Like he plays so many characters, even like Hedwig
Right.
is so fucking sympathetic in this.
Yeah.
And it's just him
Right.
playing this. Like Hedwig gets fucked in this movie. Everyone is using him, and all he wants is just someone that he can trust and like be a friend to.
Right. Etc.
Yeah, etc. But everyone's using him because he's the most vulnerable out of everybody. Like
Right.
even like the different personalities inside Kevin are using him, and Anna Taylor-Joy's using him. It's like he can't find anyone that actually likes him for him.
Right.
They're just using him because he's that powerful.
Well, he's an annoying 9-year-old, so like,
Yeah. But he does things genuinely thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this because this is gonna make this person like me.
right,
Like the reason he keeps giving the light to Dennis and the female like thing in Kevin is because they say they pretty much act like his parents,
right,
and so it's like so he feels comfortable around them, and he keeps giving them the light where they're like doing this shit to try and awaken the beast. And then he keeps going with I think it's like Cassie or something in it. I think it's her name.
I can't remember.
But
I'm
yeah, he
bad
keeps
with
going with her
names.
because he's got a fucking crush on her.
Yeah,
So it's like he's being used throughout, and he's just like those scenes where it's like when he catches on that he's being used, like it's almost heartbreaking. Where it's like, did you just use me?
did you just use a child to get your personal gain?
Yeah, but it's the way he plays it up. Like he feels like an actual personality,
Yeah,
and it's sometimes it's kind of heartbreaking. Where it's like she kind of has to do this to get out of this situation, but it kind of fucked up that she's using essentially a child, like the mind of a child, to get it.
right. I actually really enjoyed. Have we nailed down what the guy's his personality? That's like the OCD guy.
Dennis.
Is it really Dennis?
Yeah.
Okay. I really enjoyed him on this watch
Yeah.
a lot because you kind of get a backstory of that personality too,
Yeah.
which like emerged when Kevin was 3
Yeah.
because his mom is such a fucking weirdo that she like
Yeah, she's such a clean freak that he develops a personality that's also a clean freak so that just to protect himself.
right and like turns into like OCD, like
Yeah.
he can't stand anything dirty. Like I really enjoyed his portrayal of him, and
Yeah, he's
I
got,
really
like,
enjoyed
this,
it when
like,
he was
this
on
strong
screen.
Philadelphia accent.
Yeah,
too, and,
I liked all of that stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I really enjoy this
Yeah.
quite a bit. The only one that I didn't fall in love with this time is when he played like the Marmish woman character. I liked it the first time I saw it, but I'm like, I don't feel like that one is as strong as like Hedwig or Dennis
Yeah.
this time.
I loved her just because it's like the small like facial things she would do, where it's like, ooh,
Yeah, that's true. I did like that.
I love that shit where it's like, oh, you're naughty. Ooh.
But I also did like, too, when he would do, like, his subtle change when he was, like, Hedwig with, like, the blanket over his shoulders, and then he'd, like, perk up and, like, adjust his posture.
Yeah, and then, like, pull the sleeve, like, the sleeve, like, over, like, his chest. Like,
so
he's,
like,
protecting.
a shawl.
Yeah. Like, he's, like, kind of, like, covering his breasts.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
well.
I was like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All those little subtle things, I'm like...
I loved, like, going back and, like, when you find out that Dennis is acting like Barry, like, going back and watching those scenes, like, those are really fun, too.
Right.
Like, especially, like, when you see, like, the live journal of the actual Barry, you can see that Barry is different from the Barry that Dennis is trying to portray.
Right.
Because, like, when you see Dennis trying to act as Barry, he's really into fashion. Like, he just constantly keeps saying fashion things because that's all he knows about him.
Right.
But then when you see the live journal of him, like, he just kind of, like, brings it up, like, out of, like, yeah, I mean, this is kind of like early spring. Like, I'm not too into that. But anyways, this and this and this.
Right.
Or it's like, he kind of, like, brings up subtly here and there. He doesn't, like, but then when
Dwell
Dennis...
on it.
Yeah, but then Dennis acting as Barry, it's all he talks about, where it's like, that's all he knows about him, so he's trying to play himself off as Barry.
Trying to just talk about silk pants for 20 minutes or whatever he was doing.
So you can see how, like, the psychiatrist would catch on where it's like, you're not Barry.
Right. And I also think that it's, like, an awesome idea of a person that has, like, DID, but one of them is trying to impersonate another one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that idea.
Yeah. And since Dennis has OCD and he overthinks everything, like, he does stuff where it's like even a person who doesn't care that that's there, or even like a person that does care that it's there, would not act that so... Like, when he, like, just walks blatantly through the trash, where it's like, you're just trying way too hard to show that you're not Dennis.
Right. I like that, too, but I was trying to think of, like, the aftermath of that, because he's such a germaphobe.
Yeah.
That you would just go home and, like, burn his legs or something because he walked through trash. Like, what is the ramifications of that? But, yeah.
But, yeah, just, like, small things like that were just really cool. Like, he found ways to, like, throw small little eccentricities into all his performances for all the personalities that were, like it made them what they are.
Right. What I also found just now peculiar is that, so at the end, they're in a basement of, like, a zoo.
Yeah.
And, like, I've never been in a basement of a zoo.
No.
But, like, I can't imagine it looks a lot like this. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it's like the basement's weird because it's got a long corridor to it.
Right.
Like that long hallway that they're, like, running down.
Right. And I want to just, at first I thought it was like a zoo that's not operational, but it's got animals in it.
No, it's operational because there's the guard at the end.
Right.
When she calls the walkie-talkie and the guy's like, "Who's this?"
Right. But I couldn't remember if that was just somebody that just happened to be on, like, the same kind of channel, just, like, elsewhere with another walkie-talkie, or if the building was still up and operational, because I'm like, wouldn't somebody be traversing these hallways at least once?
I don't know.
Like, somebody had to be on the payroll to at least maintain this stuff, right? Wouldn't he realize there's, like, 3 captive women down here?
Well,
or at least an apartment going on down here?
They kind of insinuate that, like, they let Kevin do his own thing, and I don't know what that entails, but they were just like, he's off doing his own thing. So I don't know. I mean, it is kind of a stretch.
You want to live in this zoo, kid? Yeah. Have your way with it.
I don't know if they know that he lives there. It's just that, like,
I don't see how they can't. He has a full-on decked out rooms downstairs in this basement.
Yeah, but I don't know what they really consider, like, people checking up on him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you think about it too hard about anything, it falls apart.
Sure, yeah.
But, like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think in any job or something, like, you can probably get to a point where it's like, okay, he's got that part covered.
We just will never check on it. Yeah. We'll just take his word for it.
And it doesn't last that... I mean, maybe, yeah, like, the apartment stuff lasts for a while, but, like, I don't think he has the girls down there for a while. For that long.
No, probably just a couple days.
Yeah.
Right. But, anyway, just don't think about it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anything else about this split? What when you initially heard about it or saw this, were you blown away that it was in the Unbreakable universe?
I want to say I thought I heard a rumor that it might be part of it. So I like when I saw it, I was like, "That's pretty cool."
Uh-huh.
But I didn't really know what to think of it because it was like I didn't even remember like being that big a fan of Unbreakable when I saw it. So I was like, "Okay, I mean, that'll be interesting." But I don't know. I just really enjoyed. I think I enjoyed watching Split even more the second time around.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think when I saw it in theaters, I was like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But here, I don't know if it's just like being able to kind of anticipate certain things more or what. But I was really digging it this time around. Even just
Me
watching
too.
like watching like all of his personalities and like the idea of like having like a cult like within your own personalities almost.
A cult of personality.
Pretty much. Yeah, but I like that where it's like they're like scheming to make sure that they're on the surface so that they can do this thing that's been prophesized like within themselves, not even like
Right.
in the world. It's like we have a prophecy that we are capable of producing the beast within this body,
Right.
and we're gonna go to measures to try and make sure it happens. And like even like the name the Horde is a really cool name for a villain.
Yeah. It is. I hope he's named that in Glass, or is he going to be the Beast? Because the Horde is.
They call him when they do like the stinger that shows Bruce Willis, they refer to him as the Horde.
Do they?
Yeah.
Good. That'd be good. Anyway.
Because it's not just the Beast. It's like Dennis and Patricia are also like some pretty fucked up people.
Right. And then you don't even see some of them. So, like, who knows what they
Yeah.
could bring to the table, too.
Yeah.
But
Well, they kind of insinuate the other ones are like watch out for these three because they're
right.
fucked.
I know. Because they took charge and,
Yeah.
like,
Even like Hedwig in certain ways is like he's not evil, but he's easily manipulated enough to
And
where it's
naive
like
enough
yeah,
where he can do
where they can
whatever.
almost make him do whatever they want him to.
Yeah.
Which is like the sad thing about him is
Right.
like he's like this pretty much 9-year-old that's like being coerced by all these outside forces, and he just wants to sit in his room and listen to his Kanye albums.
Kanye's the man. And like, even though, like, I'm assuming the Beast is going to play, like, most of the
Yeah.
screen time for McAvoy and Glass.
Yeah.
You could easily write it the way they have, like, the way his multiple personalities work is that one of his personalities is, like, getting fed up with what he's been treated, and so
Yeah.
he can come out and break out and do something else.
Yeah.
It's like, you can really do anything here.
I
You haven't
know.
written yourself into a corner yet.
Yeah.
So, like...
You've literally written a character full of infinite possibilities.
Yeah, so let's see it happen. Like, I would love to see just another movie with him specifically.
Yeah.
Like, I like him as the villain.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, how it would work, but, like, I would like to see more of him. So
And you brought up last week how you thought Unbreakable was cool because we were seeing the origins of a superhero without really noticing it. Like this is
Right.
pretty much the origins of a supervillain
right.
without really noticing it
Right.
until the end.
I really dig that. And then I like how somehow M. Night Shyamalan could trick us twice into believing that this supernatural stuff can happen
Yeah.
in this world and, like, not think it's, like, a comic inspired idea.
Yeah. And still keeps it grounded enough where it's
Yeah,
like you
and that's
can
what
see...
I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Like he even bases a lot of the powers on like actual disorders that happen.
Right.
Like he actually does take he takes the idea of a dissociative identity disorder
Right.
and turns it into what if this was a superpower?
Right. And he took that, like, real life, like, degenerative disease
Yeah.
that Sam Jackson has and turned it into something that...
Yeah, like what if this is a motivation for someone to just fuck shit up?
Yeah. And, like, so, like, I don't think on this watch either that I thought that it was as outlandish of an idea as I did the first time I saw it, of this multiple personality thing. Because I'm like, oh, you can scale walls and stuff. But, like, I really didn't mind it this time. And maybe I just knew what to expect. And he doesn't really come off as strong as I remember either. Granted, he can bend steel bars.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's, like, any stronger than, like, David Dunn was in Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But, like, watching these two back to back, I am excited for Glass, even though when I watch the trailer for Glass, I feel like it has none of the personality that these two movies have.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I think the main, the appeal of both of them is that they're so centered on their characters, and I feel like it's gonna be way more scattered with Glass because they have to appease all three characters as opposed to just two for one and then one for the other.
Right. But I don't think that would be like a huge feat.
Yeah.
They live in the same like the real world.
Yeah.
But even and even in Unbreakable and in this, like the color palette is kind of muted.
Yeah.
And it like gives like a grungy real world feel to all this kind of stuff. But then you see like the trailer for Glass and they've got like bright purples and like bright greens and fuchsias and all this stuff playing, and it's like huge actiony set pieces where McAvoy's running like a cat man. And I'm like, it doesn't feel right. And I haven't watched anything more of Glass or listened to any reviews yet because I want to go in with my own.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like it's going to stack up to what these two are, regardless of what you think of Unbreakable or Split.
Yeah.
I feel like Glass is going to be something not closely associated with it tonally.
I'm very curious to see Glass now.
Me too.
Just based on these two films and like seeing like how they're going to fit together and how the world itself is going to come together.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped for it now.
I am too. Like leading up into it.
Just to see how it all fits together.
Yeah, so hopefully it is.
Yeah. I also am a big fan of like the Beast in general, just because I feel like Kevin's superpower is that he develops a personality to cope with whatever's going on around him.
Yeah.
And like because he works at a zoo, he can construct like his own like monstrosity of a personality just based on the things that he's seen around him at the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like a really cool concept. Like especially like I feel like the Beast is definitely more lion based.
Sure. Well, that's why he runs like a cat.
Yeah, of course. but I like all that where it's like
it was like Patricia running like a cat.
Oh, darling.
Purr, baby.
But
this kitty has claws.
I like the idea. I like the idea of that where it's like he develops like this superpower where he can develop a personality to deal with any kind of emotional ideal, and then like what if one day like he fell into like a lion's den or something like that, and then his power kicks in and he develops this persona that can defend himself from something physically now as opposed to something emotionally.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I thought it was really cool. Like, even down to where, like... Because, like, I feel like the reason why... They go into, like, a kind of, like, a weird description about why he is what he is now. Where, like, the two girls that he's targeting...
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess they went to the zoo one day and they, like, put his hands up their shirt, and then that's what triggered all this.
Mm.
Did you catch that?
I did, but I thought that happened to Barry.
Yeah, it happened to Barry, but then that's what triggered all of like he lost the light, and then that's how it started getting to where Patricia and Dennis started taking over because Kevin felt threatened, and then it automatically goes to them when he feels threatened. Because I feel like those like Dennis, Patricia, and Hedwig are like the initial personalities.
Right.
So then like being exposed to something sexually that triggers him back to like those initial personalities. That's why they never came out, because I feel like he's becoming more like comfortable in his skin, and like as he went on, like just like certain things triggered different personalities that didn't make him feel threatened.
I couldn't tell at one point when he went into therapy, like, who the therapist thought was, like, the main person living the life. Because Barry sent the email.
She said that Barry is the one... She brings up that Barry was the one in charge of the light.
Okay, so... Stop me if I'm wrong, but my thought is that if Barry was in charge for an extended amount of time...
Yeah.
That he wouldn't be a person that would work at a zoo. He worked at, like, somewhere else where he created fashions and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
But then Kevin would have been the one to work at a zoo. So if she's... And she makes mention that, like, he has been working for a while. But, like... I don't know if that means, like, Kevin was working at the zoo, and that means that's what she was talking about, and Barry just happened to be, like, one of the head personalities at the time.
Well,
I think it's ambiguous.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessarily nailed down, because that's...
Well,
I didn't really think about it until actually you brought it up.
Yeah.
But
She brings up that, like, she's impressed that he's kept that job for so long because people with his disorder don't keep a job for that long.
yeah.
So I'm guessing maybe it's kind of like a mutual thing where they all just kind of decided that they'll just decide to work at the zoo. Like it was kind of like a group thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of agreed to it together.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have no idea. But anyway, just you bringing that up, I'm just like, I have no idea, because it makes no sense to me why Barry would want to work at a zoo.
Yeah.
But I just imagine him
Those
working like
tigers, baby.
I just imagine him working like a Hollister or something like that. I don't know. Or like a Nordstrom.
Yeah.
Like a department store selling a bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's really all I got to say about, like, Split.
Yeah. What did you think of the ending with Cassie with, like, the whole scars on her body?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it until this watch again.
Yeah.
But I liked that because the Beast came out because Kevin was scarred as a kid. He views everyone like himself, worthy of being living on Earth.
Yeah.
And then everybody else who's lived like a posh life with no strife has to go because they don't know what
it's kind of
life
like
is.
like an evolution thing or something. Like in order to be a fully evolved human, you have to experience pain in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like kind of like the whole like thesis of the Horde, where it's like you need to. Like, the reason why we're targeting these girls is because they're, like, stuck-up bitches, and we need to show them that that pain makes you grow.
Yeah. I liked that motivation for, like, a evil suspense-like character. I think it's a cool motivation.
Yeah. No, I dug it. The only thing was, like, so she's covered in scars, and then the police pick her up, then why don't they ask her about the scars, and why do they just give her back to her uncle without any questions?
Especially after the one's like, all right, your uncle's here, and she just, like,
your uncle's here, and she's
stares
like,
in terror.
she's got this, like, big wide-eyed look, and it's like, oh, why is this girl covered in scars scared to go back with her uncle? Probably nothing.
I'll probably forget about it later. All right. Well, get out of the fucking car, would you?
Come on, it's beer 30. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh my god. I used to work with a guy that every day when it was quitting time he said it's beer 30, and I fucking hate that guy. Anyway, but I love that quote coming out of you just now. It tickled me very well. Anyway, that is Split, JT.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what would you grade the movie?
I thought it was super strong. Like I didn't bring this up when we were reviewing it, but I thought the acting in this was way stronger than Unbreakable. Just based on James McAvoy alone, but even Anna Taylor-Joy, just everything she does like subtly, and then when she is like fucking terrified, you feel fucking terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed it.
I would agree that I think the acting is a smidge better than on Unbreakable,
Yeah.
except for the last scene that's tacked on that says the twist,
Or it's just like
where that lady's like,
glass.
where the lady at the counter.
What was the name of that guy?
15 years ago?
15 years
in
ago.
the wheelchair? What was his name?
It sounds like the
Glass.
It sounds like the old lady, that we bring up on here.
That doesn't
Well,
know how
hey,
things work.
What do you do? How do you make this work?
How do I attach a photo to an email?
Just click on that paperclip there, Grandma.
What?
Paperclip? Paperclips don't exist on the internet. You use that for paper.
Are you talking about the Clippy in Microsoft Word?
He asked me questions I don't even want to answer.
First of all, Grandma, you need to update past Windows 95. It's driving me nuts here.
I don't get technology and you kids.
Oh, I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I guess I'll just die not knowing.
All right, whatever, Grandma. So anyway, yeah, did you say your grade?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so,
but
okay.
yeah, no, I thought the acting was way better in this, and I thought the story. I've never had anything against M. Night Shyamalan's storytelling. I thought Unbreakable was compelling in terms of its story, just the acting. But no, I loved it. I'm gonna give it a solid A-. I liked it quite a bit.
I can't remember what I gave Unbreakable. I probably said A- for Unbreakable.
Yeah.
But watching this, I think I liked it just a bit more. I'm sorry, I like Split just a bit more than I liked it last time.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if I liked it more than Unbreakable or not. Because I think I got a lot of nostalgia for Unbreakable because I liked it a lot when it came out.
Yeah.
So I'll go with an A-.
Yeah. I feel like this is a different story than Unbreakable. Unbreakable was more of a drama, and this was more of a suspense horror.
Yes.
But that almost kind of makes me like it more because, you're taking, these two different, genres of film that are both kind of dealing with superpowered people, and then, putting it into another film that could very much well just be a stupid superhero film.
Yeah.
By the looks of it. But if they find a way to portray it well enough, I think that could be really cool. Three completely different movies with three completely different genres, all telling the exact same story.
Yeah. I just have a fear that Glass is just an action-y set piece.
Yeah.
Because at some point, the hero and villain have to fight each other.
Yeah.
And I get that that's a trope of superhero movies and heroes and villains.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm in that fucking world all the time. I go out and fight crime all the time.
I'm curious to see what happens when David Dunn first touches Kevin. Is he gonna blow up? There's fucking 26 people in him. The fuck is all this shit?
Oh my god. That would be fucking amazing. Just start seizuring out and just croaks.
Fuck.
But yeah, Split, solid. I even liked it more on this watch than I did previous.
I know. I was surprised. I was I liked the first Split. I guess it was okay, but I liked it a lot more the second time around.
Yeah, me too. Well, with that out of the way, Glass is up next.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what that is gonna go.
Go to your local theater to check it out.
We got some of you are lucky enough. We got Martin Luther King Day coming up on Monday, I believe. So head out to your theater if you have a day off.
There you go.
I don't have it off, but I'll probably see it after work because Chelsea's going to be watching The Babe. So I'll just sneak out of work and go see a movie. That's right. Just like Heathcliff.
Like Muttley from fucking Wacky Racers.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'll probably tell her I'm going to a movie. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, just tell her you're having an affair.
I'm going out fucking. So. Anyway, Is there anything else you've been into this last week?
I saw the movie A Simple Favor
Okay.
with the movie by Paul Feig that had Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively in it.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's that one where it's like it's not so much a comedy from him.
Okay.
I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell where you were leading me to this.
No, I was like, it's kind of cool. I would suggest checking it out because it's like
We gotta get a disc.
you can rent it on fucking Amazon. Troy.
So you
Jesus
did
Christ.
get the disc.
Yeah, but like it's like it's a very like Hitchcockian type film, but it's a lot lighter than like Hitchcock films, and it's like. I love when like comedy directors like do a movie that's not comedy because like when they throw comedic elements in there, it's actually funny.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they have to be comedic the whole fucking time.
Uh-huh.
And this is definitely like one of those situations where it's like, it's not jokes a mile a minute, but then like in the moments where you can fit one in there, it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like more comedies need to do shit like that. Like not feel like you have to make people laugh every 2 seconds.
Right.
And I don't even really consider this movie a comedy. It's more kind of like a mystery noir type, like trying to figure out who done it type thing. And
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Blake Lively is really good in this too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, yeah, like a lot of the shit she's in, she's like kind of the cardboard. But in this, like she kind of plays like this debutante kind of like seductress where like you can kind of see like the charm in her, even though you can tell like she's kind of crazy. And she's really fucking good in it. Anna Kendrick's charming. I really liked it.
Surprises me.
Yeah, definitely check it out. A Simple Favor.
All right.
It's a fun watch.
All right.
And me and Molly saw the Jonah Hill written and directed film Mid-90s.
I've been meaning to watch that.
It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as good as 8th Grade, but there are like some cool moments in it.
There's some.
It's pretty funny.
I heard some reviews of it of people that I kind of respect their opinion, and I was just like, I feel like I'll watch it and I won't enjoy it.
I think like it appeals a lot more to like people that like grew up like in the city, like the skateboard lifestyle. But there are some funny moments in it though. Like
Okay.
there are like some moments to definitely check out. And I don't know, I thought it was good. It kind of rides like that 8th Grade train a little bit, but it's like I think 8th Grade was definitely better. But there are like moments in this where it's still funny.
Okay.
There is definitely a scene where like a fucking 11-year-old kid like pretty much fucks a high schooler though,
Oh Jesus.
which is really weird.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a fun watch.
All right.
I wouldn't like go out of my way for it, but if you catch it like if it's on like Amazon Prime or something someday, check it out. It's worth your time.
All right. All right.
And this a show that I've been really getting into is I didn't even know this existed until like 3 months ago. Me and Molly started watching the show Letterkenny on Hulu.
We were talking about it right before we started recording.
God, this show is the funniest fucking thing ever. And it's so dumb.
Uh-huh.
But it's like just the banter between everybody is so out there. It's so fucking hilarious. Like especially for like us where we live in like a small town.
Uh-huh.
And it takes place like in a small town in Ontario called Letterkenny.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the main people you're following are like these guys that run a farm. And like but then you also follow like these two guys that are like hockey players that are like pretty much just meathead jocks.
Uh-huh.
And they're just like keep throwing shit back and forth to each other. It's like gonna fucking ride some ice, bro, huh? Gonna get some skeezy, bro, huh? Yeah. And they're just like, hold my spitter, and they're just like fucking like take their shirts off and like fight people and shit. And then there's also like the one like the guys that I'm not really into is like there's like these like weird meth heads that do like fucking like goth dancing. Like the first time you see them, they do like that shit from like you ever seen like a video where there's like people with glow sticks where they're just like kind of like fucking like dubstepping and like fucking
Right.
goth clothes and shit.
Right.
Like they're doing that shit all the time.
Right.
But like they have their moments too, but god damn it, there's like so much shit with like the main characters like Wayne and fucking Derry. Just like these two fucks that just like run this produce stand and they just keep fucking talking about weird shit.
All right.
And Letterkenny's fucking amazing.
I know Dinosaur Neil sent me a clip of it just, I don't even know, a week ago or something.
Yeah.
And it's one that I've seen before, and that's all I've seen of it, and I loved it. But I didn't know it was more than anything than like that clip, I guess. And so I'm going to have to go and try to find this and watch it.
They have a friend called Squirrely Dan, just this fat bearded dude that just says everything plurally almost, where it's like, oh, you on the Facebooks?
Oh my god. Yeah. I'll probably watch an episode before I go to bed now.
It's so good. Definitely check out Letterkenny. But yeah, that's all I've been into.
I did a bit of reading this last week, JT. Surprise to no one.
Bookworm.
My dad actually stopped by yesterday, and if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw that I posted some of my favorite things of it, but he had some old comics that he just gifted me that he put away from the 70s, and he like gave me one where it's like an anthology book of like multiple Superman stories, and one of them I read is like his boss at the Daily Planet, Perry White, got superpowers for a day. And it is like the best comic I've ever read because it's so fucking stupid. But like the whole thing starts where he goes home and he's like, I'm going to tend to my garden. Oh, my roses look good. My azaleas probably need some work. And what is that over there? And it's like this giant mutant plant flower thing that looks like it has arms and legs and a sinister look, and it's like 6 feet tall. And he looks at it and he's like, I should probably eat the fruit that's growing off of that thing. Turns out, now I have superpowers, so I'm gonna go out and fight crime. And so, like, he realized he has superpowers, so he realizes he can, like, light a cigar that's already in his mouth with his heat vision. And he has an asbestos superhero suit, so he can not catch fire when he flies really fast. And, like, at the end, Supergirl shows up, and it's, like, so misogynistic when she shows up. She's like, yeah, I used my common sense for once. It's like, oh my god, the 70s were a different time.
Excuse me, toots, men are talking.
Almost. And it's like, and then Superman, like, he's like, oh, Supergirl did such a good job. I can't wait to tell the world about her sometime.
Wink.
It's like, my god. Anyway, it was an amazing...
Hey, Supergirl, how about you go super home and cook some super meatloaf for me?
It was so absurd that it was, like, the best thing I've read in a while. I also read, for an upcoming Imperious Rex,
get ready for
dived into the Valiant universe, and I read all 3 trades of this book called Divinity.
Okay.
Which is... an interesting read. I'm not going to give my full spoilers here, but the gist of the story is that there's these Russian cosmonauts that secretly made it into space before the US did.
Yeah.
And instead of going to the moon, they were launched into the far edge of the universe.
Oh, they just went for broke.
Right. And they knew it was a mission they probably wouldn't come back because it was a 30-year mission or whatever. Yeah. And they end up getting to the edge of the universe in like 27 years or whatever, and meet this amazing thing where they obviously get superpowers, but they turns them into like almost like Dr. Manhattans.
Yeah. And
then they come back to Earth where they can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
In this universe that has like nobody really stronger than the Avengers.
Yeah.
So they don't have even like a Superman.
Oh shit.
So they come back and like they can like turn people into butterflies and like bring people back from the dead from a past time.
Yeah.
Not like bring them back from the grave, but like pluck them out of a previous time and drop them in front of you.
Oh God.
It's like they can do all this amazing shit, and it's like how there's 3 cosmonauts that went into space.
Yeah.
The first one, the Divinity 1, is about one that comes back and how he's like a benevolent god.
Yeah.
The second one comes back and how she is all for Mother Russia and saw how the world changed when she was gone.
Yeah.
And wants to like change things.
Oh shit.
And the third one, I still have an issue left of.
Yeah.
So I want to see like how it all plays out, but like it's pretty interesting stuff.
Oh shit.
And I like how that it's not just these American astronauts going up. They're like cosmonauts.
Yeah.
And they're not all white. Like the first guy that comes back is like a black Russian cosmonaut.
Yeah.
The second one is a female cosmonaut who was like usually looked down on in the 60s,
Yeah.
but now is like this big powerful character. It's pretty interesting how like this universe is not afraid to have diversity in, which is really refreshing.
Oh, cool.
So anyway, that's Divinity. Check out. It's got 3 parts to it, and even like a 4th part called Eternity, which I haven't read yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then the last thing I read
All right.
is that Marvel Comics just reacquired the rights to Conan the Barbarian.
Oh shit.
That was a mainstay in the 70s of Conan stories. Even my dad dropped off an old issue of Conan when he dropped off that Superman book.
Yeah.
And they sold it off to Dark Horse for a while. And they had their whole run with it. But Marvel now has it back. And I picked up the first issue of it. And I like it.
Yeah.
It's nothing intelligent. It's just like Conan gets tricked by this gypsy witch who disguises herself as this beautiful woman, goes to bed with him, and is this old hag that like poisons him and then tries to use his blood to like start this demon rising, and he just hacks everybody to bits. And I'm
God
like,
damn it.
cool. Like sometimes I just want a barbarian that just wants to hack people to death.
Who knew Conan's kryptonite was pussy?
But like I just love a good classic blunt instrument that just runs through stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's fun sometimes. Like in comparison to like a Batman or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you're
Who wants
interested,
to use their brain to actually fight crime?
Right.
Just get a sword and start hacking.
right, and then get some sweet tang afterwards and reap the benefits. But anyway, if anyone's interested in the new Conan launch, I dug the first issue, so check that out. So, JT,
Yes.
if people want to now reap the benefits with you online, where can they do so?
Well, before I get to that, I got one more thing that I forgot to bring
Oh
up, Troy.
my god.
True Detective Season 3 came out.
Mm.
I watched the first 2 episodes of that.
I also thought that was dropping this weekend.
Oh, no, it came out last weekend.
Damn it. Okay.
But, yeah, they put out the first 2 episodes on HBO Go, so
Okay.
I watched those. And it's good.
Yes.
I'm happy. He learned his
Thank
lessons
you.
he learned his lessons from the second season, where it's like, keep it simple, stupid. You're pretty much following this Mahershala Ali, and they're like jumping between 3 different timelines, like 1980, 1990, and then 2014.
Okay.
And like he's like on the case of these 2 missing kids.
Solid.
And it's like a case from like the 1980s, and then like they do that, and then he's doing a deposition in the 1990s, and then he's an old man reflecting on everything, and then like it kind of plays out kind of like how the first season did, but I think
Okay.
it's not as weird.
Okay.
There definitely is some like some shit though, where it's like on like the crime scenes, they have like these weird corn husk dolls, so
Mhm.
it's like there might be something involving that. You're not really sure yet, but
Okay.
it's a strong first 2 episodes.
All right. Awesome. I am disappointed in myself that I didn't know it was coming out last weekend. Thought everything was dropping this next weekend,
No.
so fuck me. All right, but I'm going to jump into that. I'll probably watch that first out of anything.
There you go.
I'm really excited for True Detective.
And it's good so far. I was digging it.
Good. For all of you out there who support the second season and defend it, fuck you. Because it's not good.
It's not.
You're reading too much into it. Anyway, so if people now angered by what I just said, where can they talk to you online about
send me
it?
all of your hate mail for Troy at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter, also Bucky for Everyone on Instagram, and Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat. Troy.
Talk to me at Troy to the Max on Twitter. Talk to us both at Review Pod on Twitter as well. All of our new episodes are uploaded to facebook.com/reviewreviewpod, as well as our hosting site, reviewreviewpod.podbean.com, but we're also on any podcatcher you have out there, such as Google Podcasts, Alexa devices. We're on Spotify, we're on Stitcher. I'm looking in to get us on Pandora, if that interests anyone. I don't know why anyone would want to listen to podcasts on Pandora, but hey, it's another avenue. And we also brought up YouTube, if anyone cares. We also are on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, so if you listen to us there, rate and review us, because if you like the show, that helps other people find the show.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to write in, like some of our good friends do from time to time, we have an email at reviewreviewpod@gmail.com.
Also, don't forget to vote in our Tournament of Random Movies. We've got Overlord versus Children of Men.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to vote on Twitter. Let your voice be heard.
That is correct. You can do that at reviewreviewpod. To be specific. Specific.
Pacific.
That's the show, JT.
Yes. This coming Monday, we're doing a flashback, where we are diving into another film from a controversial director that involves a abduction of some sort. We're talking about Tusk.
Tusk! Oh my goodness, what a revisit.
Yeah. So I think we talk more about a documentary that we saw about Tusk than we do actually Tusk.
Okay.
But I'll put it up anyways, because that makes sense for what I just said.
All right. Sweet. I haven't thought about Tusk in a while.
Yeah.
Oh.
I went back and listened to the review. We did not. Just listen. Just listen.
We just did not.
We did not.
Okay, sweet deal. And then coming up Thursday, we should round out our Shymalan-iverse.
Wrapping up our Shymalan-iverse with Glass.
Sweet deal. Everyone check it out this weekend. If you had an extended weekend, make it worth it. Go out and see a flick.
Do a date night.
That's right.
Do a date night.
Go out after work to say you're fucking or
say
whatever.
You're fucking and go.
Go see a movie instead.
Sorry, hon, I'm having sex with someone strange.
Then go and see a movie. If that's your excuse, like me, then you're doing it right.
You're doing the right thing.
But that's going to be it for this week's episode. Hope everyone enjoyed our review of Split.
Yep.
If you have any differencing opinions about the Shymalan-iverse, let us know on the social medias.
Yeah. We'd love to hear back from that one guy who is a really big fan of Unbreakable.
Yeah, Under an Anchor.
Yeah.
Yes, on Twitter. Yes.
Yeah. Love to hear back from you. Maybe you should go Under an Anchor guy, go check out Glass and give us your 2 cents on it.
Yeah, Sean, hit up the cinemas.
Sean,
I know you're probably busy drawing comic books. Do you know what? Just pump the brakes a bit,
shit?
okay?
Yeah, I know it's probably your bread and butter, but shut the fuck up.
Take a me day
Take
and
a me
go
day.
see
Glass. Let us know what you think.
Call me.
Call
You
me.
don't have my number,
Call me, bro.
but you can hit me in the DMs all you want, babe.
Ooh, look out. So that's who you fucking.
Sean, I'll be seeing you later.
I'll be seeing you when I'm supposed to be watching Glass.
Anyway, that's the show for this week. We will check you in on Monday, and then we will review Glass Thursday. It'll be a great time. But until we do any of that, I have been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am, as always, JD3K.
And we are off.